Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we're back for episode 16 of my MLB 14 The Show, Road to the Show, here on, MLB 14 The Show, and it is with Saul Goodman, as always, and we are in spring training here in 2016, basically trying to fight for a starting spot on this team. If you guys have followed the series, you would know that we've been on the Major League team for a full year now, but we have yet to claim a starting role. The Rays infield is pretty set, and if you guys don't follow the series, I'm a third baseman, and I can also play any other position in the infield, which I would gladly do if on a regular basis if there was an opportunity to. But so far there has not been one. The Rays infield is a pretty solid one with Evan Longoria, whose spot we're obviously not going to take in the near future. I think he's pretty much set down there at third base as long as he's healthy and as long as he's still doing what Evan Longoria does. But they also have Yunel Escobar, Ben Zobrist, and James Loney. A pretty solid infield. I would think that Yunel Escobar would be a player whose spot we could take, but he's locked up on a long-term deal now. He got re-signed for like 3 or 4 years, so I don't know what's going to happen here, but check out this great catch by the left fielder on the Yankees. We get absolutely robbed of a hit here. You can see he jumps up, leaps up, pretty much at the peak of his jump, ends up snagging that ball just before it hits the top of the wall. But we still go 2 for 5 that game, so Saul hit alright in spring training. It was a little bit of a slow start. I think he was 0 for his first 9 or so, but he really started to pick it up at that point. Not a ton of power, but if you guys watched what we did last year, I don't think power is really our concern. I think we got to be more focused with putting bat on ball. And I think we did that pretty effectively in this episode. You can see second hit of the game against the Twins here. That is a slap single the other way for a base hit. So Saul putting bat on ball, and that's a good sign, as that is really what we've struggled with so far at the Major League level. Now later in the game, bottom of the 7th, we actually get intentionally walked. This is something you don't see every day. Saul, not exactly a huge threat up there, but I guess his power and you know, just the fact that first base was open was enough to make them, or have them make the decision to intentionally walk us. So we go 2 for 4 that day. Next, or a couple days later, we're going up against the Atlanta Braves, top of the first inning, and that's going to be fisted the other way into left field for a base hit. Run comes around and scores, and it's an RBI single for Saul Goodman. That was another sign, or that was another thing that Saul was doing pretty well in spring training, was not only hitting the ball, but also driving in runs. I think we probably tallied double-digit RBI in limited at-bats. So that's always a good sign. Check out the replay. I'm trying to stay in on it, and we end up just getting jammed, but fighting it off and going the other way with it for a base hit. Now, here is something we haven't done all spring yet. Here is a base hit from the right side of the plate. I think all of our base hits up to this point had been batting left-handed. This time we do it batting right-handed, so that's always good. You always want to see switch hitters have the ability to hit from both sides of the plate, unlike guys like Daniel Nava, who can hit from the right side of the plate, which is weird, because sort of the point of switch hitting is to gain an advantage against both righties and lefties, but it is a little bit interesting how some switch hitters actually do struggle from one side of the plate, but hopefully we will not turn into one of those people, or players. But we get a gold on a training session. I was doing all the training sessions this spring because we were really low on training points. We just have not gained training points very sufficiently in, you know, really at all last year, so I was trying to gain as many as I could, so I was doing all the ones, and I think I got gold on all 3 that I did. Here I was switching it around to Dustin Pedroia's stance. I was still sort of concerned about my ability to not drive the ball, and I don't know, switching to Pedroia's stance, he's a guy that I hit really well with in my Red Sox franchise, so I figured I'd try it out at least. And there is a 3-run double right there. That got by the right fielder, and yes, that is Chris Davis on the Red Sox. They are loading up on free agents, I guess, but that was a nice little piece of hitting. It got by the right fielder who misplayed it. I don't know if that was Shane Victorino or someone else, but you can take a look at the replay. You can see good piece of hitting by Saul. And now Ruby De La Rosa on the mound later in the game. Top of the 5th. That is a base hit back up the middle, or so it seems. Bogarts with a great diving stop, but the throw is offline. There's a low and in the dirt. Davis cannot hang on, so we reach on an error. Now top of the 7th, Edward Mujica in the game. This time we're going to pull that one. We just turn on that outside fastball. Grady Sizemore-esque right there for a base hit into right field. That's a single for Saul's second hit of the ball game. And now, top of the 9th inning, last at bat of the day. I believe this is David Carpenter on the mound. That's a slow roller. He throws it to second. It's offline, so we reach base for the 4th time today. Now, 2 of them were on errors, but at least putting the ball in play, putting pressure on the defense, making them make plays, and we are benefiting from that. So 2 for 5, a pretty good day. And now we have one last training session here, a back control training session, which is just all about hitting it to certain parts of the field on certain pitches. And we end up, I believe, getting a gold on this. Might have gotten a silver because I don't always do this one very well, but I think we got the gold because I'm pretty sure we got the gold in all 3 of these. And we have 2 more games of spring training. We end up getting a fielding opportunity in this one, but I usually don't do those just because oftentimes you don't get to even get in the game really, or make a play, and the loading screens make it really not worth it. But as you can see, Saul does not win a starting job. He will be starting the year on the bench, and it's starting to get a little frustrating for Saul Goodman. And you can see we go to the interactions. There's no interaction to demand a trade. I'm not sure if that will pop up later in the season, but I know a lot of people in the comments have been saying you should demand a trade. You're clearly not going to be starting anytime soon in Tampa Bay, and I was all about playing the sort of the waiting game and, you know, waiting it out for a year, but at this point it is I'm getting a little impatient with it, and I would like to secure a starting role sooner rather than later. But until then, all we can do is just perform well off the bench, try to produce for our team, help out the team. We got plenty of starts last year. Obviously there were spurts where we didn't get a lot of playing time, but you know, we'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes. That's gonna do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and so I'm out. Peace.